started. I hope everyone can hear me. We are live. Not even sure if I said this on public, but I'm at Maponya Mall. So here's what happened at Maponya Mall last night. Two Uber drivers got attacked by taxi drivers. Let's see if we are actually public here. Are we public? Alright, it seems like we're public. Alright, two Uber drivers got attacked by taxi drivers last night. One of them got killed. So people are on strike. They decided to close the mall. They are on strike. It really shows you how crazy the world can get. You know, it actually shows you how crazy the world can get because everyone is trying to fight for their own survival. So when you try to look at things from both perspectives, like okay, the taxi drivers feel like Uber drivers are stealing their business. Uber drivers are trying to put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's legal, right? It's not like they're doing something that is illegal. They're actually doing something that is totally legal. And that's how the world has always worked. You find that if two people have two different ways to make money and both cannot benefit fully when they are both operating, you know, there will always be one that will try to overthrow the other. Like the world is actually crazier than you think. Man. Like, so the guy woke up in the morning thinking that he's going to work, he's going to make some money, and got attacked and killed. Like, even though he didn't expect that at all. Like, you could never predict that something like that can actually happen. You could never predict that something like that could happen to you. So we're talking about a person who just found themselves in this world that they don't really understand, and you know, they just try to make a living. It's like, yo, I just gotta do what I can to survive, you know what I'm saying? And they get attacked out of nowhere. I saw the CCTV footage and I was like, that's crazy, like that's insane. Because they just got attacked. Like it was two guys. The other one, he got burnt inside his own Uber. Oh, this is where we shop actually. So they're saying that the mall is going to be closed the whole week. But I like the fact that people are standing together because if no one says anything, then you know that kind of behavior will actually continue. So if people are standing together and they're saying that taxi shouldn't be working today. If taxi drivers are gonna attack people for having their own businesses. But I don't fully agree with the idea of strike. What I think people must do is stop supporting the taxi business, right? If they are truly affected by what happened, they'll just be like, you know what, we're not going to support the taxi business straight up. We'll only support Uber drivers. That's how it's going to work until the issue is fully resolved, until the paper traders brought into justice. Because this ends up affecting way too many people, right? Like when I was coming this side, a lot of people who work at the mall were going back home. They were walking back home because, yeah, obviously they couldn't get transport, so they were actually walking back home. So that means that a lot of businesses will be closed. So I wonder how much money will be lost today. Because this is a big mall. It's one of the biggest malls in Gauteng, in South Africa, really. Like it's actually a big mall. So I think strikes are a bit outdated. I think we need to figure out ways to deal with issues like this. I want to show you where they were banning the cars last night. It's the craziest thing ever, man. And I think that is why it makes sense sometimes to think that in this realm there are NPCs. Like the NPCs are the ones who do the craziest things that you can think of, right? Because think of it this way. Let's just say it was you who felt like Uber drivers were stealing your business. Do you think you'll go that far to actually try to ban someone inside their own car? Because again, that's not going to resolve the problem. It's not like Uber drivers are going to stop making money. It's not like Uber drivers are going to be like, yeah, because, well, one of us got killed, we're going to stop. You know, they know that South Africa will be on their side at the end of the day, you know. I think that's how we are as humans. Like, if there's a new system that seems to be more efficient than the old system, and there are a lot of people who are benefiting from the old system, what they will do is, you know, they will fight the new system. Like they'll try their best to fight the new system. There's a lot of people want to use Ubers, you know, like when you buy stuff here, you don't want to wait for a taxi. You want to request and be able to get home much quicker. Maestro 9 says, is this a taxi versus Uber beef? 100% it is. It is. And at some level, you can understand if someone feels like someone is stealing their business. You know, like that's their only way to make money. So they're like, ish, there's a threat now. So they're trying to get rid of the threat. But obviously, this is not the way to do it. This would be like if you were a musician and this other musician started popping, and yeah, like, and you find that your fans now love the new musician, right? So this is where the car got banned. This is where the car got banned last night. It's really messed up, man. It's a messed up world that we live in. Things like this happen all the time. You find that innocent people die because of people who are greedy, or people who are jealous, or people who feel threatened. So the mall is empty today, like completely empty. All the workers were sent back home. That's only I don't know what the guy is doing. Maybe it's security, I'm not sure. Sweden is here watching what is going down in South Africa. We got the eye on you. In South Africa, there's always been an Uber versus taxi drivers, like conflict actually. Taxi drivers have always felt like Uber drivers are stealing their business. There's been many cases like this before where Uber drivers got attacked and killed. But yesterday it seemed to be random, right? It seemed to be random. It's like there was no threat. So someone is driving their Uber, and then a group of guys with guns appeared and started shooting at them, and they were inside their cars. They couldn't get out. Like if someone's shooting you, like they're outside of your car, they're shooting the car, you can't even get out. So they shot one of the guys inside the car, and he couldn't get out because he was shot, and then they banned the car. So they're trying to intimidate Uber drivers. So it sucks that a life can be taken away like that easily. Like a life can be taken away that easily, The mall actually looks weird. It's like this. It actually looks weird. Because I've never passed here and it was like this. So it means that they won't be able to work for a week, more than a week maybe. But yeah, I don't think it's the solution. People must just stop using taxis for a month. That's how people should strike. They should actually stop using taxis for a month. At least that will work. Because if they're gonna continuously use taxis, things obviously are going to become worse, because taxi drivers are going to be like, you know what, we can get away with this, like we can do this and we can get away with it. So it will be a regular thing. Even in my town, stuff like this actually happens. And in my town, it's actually understandable because the Uber business is not allowed yet, right? It will just be guys who buy cars and use these cars to transport people. Wait for these people at the mall, and after they buy stuff, they'll wait for them, like, yo, we're gonna accompany you where you're going. You're gonna pay us this amount. We'll carry your bags. Everything will fit. So taxi drivers in my hometown, yes, they are justified to be angry, but here in Joburg, there's way too many people. Like, it doesn't even take that long for a taxi to be full. I do understand that, yes, things are changing, and we'll get to a point where Uber drivers will take over. You find that people in South Africa no longer use taxis. Like that's gonna happen, but in the end, people should evolve with the world, right? People should evolve with the world. The people who just passed, work at Pick and So they woke up in the morning thinking that they will be able to work. And the thing is, people who work for like shops, sometimes they don't even make money if something like this happen. So what will happen is that they will be paid less. Be like, okay, this month we're not gonna pay you the full amount. We're gonna pay you half of the amount because of what happened. You also what happened. So it affects a lot of people. And you find that people have bills to pay. That's what I'm saying. That closing the mall is not the answer at all. The answer is people stopping using taxis.
Speak for them. Speak for
Yes,
them, girl.
we can hear what the No, they have a lot. Go to them.
I think people are leaving. In the morning there were many people, but it seems like people are leaving now. It's a peaceful protest at least. But sometimes it gets worse when people are angry. Seems like the vans are departing as well. I want this to be one of the longest lives I've ever done. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to cut my hair. So if you're still here in the live, let's talk. I need to take a walk because I can't even use it. I can't even use the taxi. That's the thing. So I need to go and cut my beard. But yeah, guys, yeah, that's what's going on now. it's really some of those things that you never expect, right? Like it's something that just happens out of nowhere and it shocks everyone. But what's sad is that people quickly forget. If you notice that when something bad happens, everyone is going to talk about it for a while, maybe for a week, and then everyone forgets, like completely, like everyone forgets. And then something very similar happens again, and then people start talking about it, and then they forget. It's always been that way, you know. It's one of the things that tell you that we are in a hell room. Like we move on too quickly. When crazy things happen, we end up moving on to them quickly. We don't care about solutions. You find that no one came up with real solutions, right? But everyone's moved on now. We forget. The same way that people are going back to their homes now. It's nothing. We just move on as if nothing actually happened, and then the cycle continues. The minister of prisons in South Africa actually was talking about bringing back the death penalty. He was saying that crime was low when people when back before 1994, because they got rid of the death penalty because the apartheid government used the death penalty to get rid of the people who were fighting for their freedom, right? It's like, yeah, you've broken the law, and this is unforgivable. So you're going to be hanged, So when the ANC government took over, it immediately got rid of the death penalty. But that doesn't mean that the death penalty was not working. So that's what the guy is saying. But sometimes when you think deeply about it, man, we are not dealing with life at its level. And I want to show you something, because this is deeper than a lot of people think. Life has no problem. Let me give you an example with abortion, right? Life has no problem with miscarriage. Like that happens all the time. But if a woman decides for herself that she wants to abort, and her reason maybe is that she doesn't want a baby growing inside of her, it's what she wants, right? It's the freedom that she wants to have. We will say no. Like as a human, you must not have that kind of power, but nature does have that kind of power. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like we must deal with nature at its own level than to take the power away from ourselves and allow nature to take over. And because what you must understand is that nature does not reason. Nature does not reason like us humans. It works the way that it works. It will be like if you were, let's say you found yourself in a simulation controlled by artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is not gonna always know what we want. It will do what it was programmed to do. This reminds me of the movie iRobot. So there was this AI that was created to protect humans, but it got to a point where humans became a threat to themselves. So now, to protect humans, it must control them so much that they can't be free anymore. Like they're told what time they need to go home. They're told what time they need to sleep. Let's see what's popping here. Oh, I think it's the Uber drivers. Yeah, it has to be the Uber drivers, because they're mad at what happened. So they're also on strike because one of their own died. Because what can happen is that it can end up being a war for real, right? It can literally end up being a war where Uber drivers are fighting with taxi drivers for real. Because when people stand together, they don't reason. That's why, that's how mob justice works, right? People, when they stand together and they believe in something, they don't reason. They're not afraid of the cops, these guys. Look at that. Hey, they're not afraid of the cops. This reminds me of something Trevor Noah was saying. It was like, in South Africa, when people go on strike, sometimes it seems like it's just for fun. So sometimes, like during apartheid, white people will be confused. These people seem happy because we'll be singing songs and actually celebrating. So you'll be like, are these people deeply affected by what happened, or they're having fun? Like it makes you question that. Look at that drone. At least they do allow ambulances to pass.
Can I witness?
Yeah, you're already witnessing. But yeah, it's crazy that people actually celebrate when they are on strike. In South Africa, that's how it happens. I haven't seen it like that in any other country. In South Africa, what people do when they're on strike is that they sing songs and dance together. So you would swear they're actually having fun, right? It's crazy because you would swear people are actually celebrating. That's how crazy it is. Human nature is weird, man. But like I was saying, that I think we must deal with nature at its own level, because what we do normally is that we take power away from people, right? We actually take power away from people. So my only problem with the death penalty now is that, let's say, because this has happened a lot in our country, right? Let's say a guy or even a woman, let's say it's a person who actually wants to die, and they decide to kill someone, maybe who has done something that offends them, right? Let's say if someone is married and they decide to kill their wives because maybe she cheated, and they want to kill themselves, but they don't because they know there's a death penalty now. What will happen? And then they'll get to express themselves, because there will be a lot of news channels who would want to cover the story, so their voice will be heard while they still get what they wanted in the end, which was to die, right? So that's my problem, is that there's no, that can happen, right? That can actually happen. So if they bring the death penalty back, I do feel like they should also legalize assisted suicide and euthanasia. I think they should legalize assisted suicide and euthanasia, and also find, like, for me, that's the only slippery slope, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, innocent people will die if we bring the death penalty back. But here's the thing: innocent people are dying every day because criminals are not afraid of killing people. I don't think when people will end up killing people, like the guys who killed that Uber driver last night, I don't think they feel real fear. Some people don't have much to lose in this world. They're like, you know what, whatever. It's not like I'm doing very well. It's not like I have money. Whatever. Prisons I can survive in prison. Some people can actually survive in prison. You know, if a person is actually willing to do that, they can actually survive being in prison. But what a lot of people who are capable of doing that are afraid of is dying. People are afraid of dying, bro. That's why you find that there will be people who will be doing life in prison, who will be fighting. Let's just say they were supposed to be like they got the death penalty, right? They're on death row. They will fight. They will fight however they can uh, for the sentence to be reversed. They will fight as best as they can. They won't be like, it doesn't really matter because I'm doing life, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? They will fight however they can to make sure that the sentence is reversed. And when that happens, they become very happy, you know. So what a lot of people who are capable of unaliving people in that way, like, what they're really afraid of is death. So of course, when obviously there's no system that can be perfect, but society has to make a choice whether we want to be softer than nature itself, right? We're not going to approach nature at its level, so we're going to be softer than nature and allow nature to take over and control us because, well, it's cruel to to reintroduce the death penalty thing. So what's gonna happen is that people ain't gonna be afraid to break into people's houses, kill them for trying to defend themselves. It has happened in my town. People got mad. They went on strike like this for a week. Now everyone forgot. Just like I was telling you, that it's crazy how quickly we forget. You know, crazy things happen all the time, but it's actually crazy how quickly we forget. So someone was comfortable enough to enter someone's house, try to rape like a 70-year-old girl. When the brother tried to defend his sister, he got killed, and that is normal in our society. We're not supposed to be that mad, you know. We're not supposed to go crazy. We're talking about people who are totally innocent, right? We're not talking about like a fight, you know, two people were fighting and that happened, someone got killed, you know. We're not talking about manslaughter. We're talking about people people getting killed, not accidentally. You know, someone just intentionally breaking into someone's house with the intention of not only stealing, but to harm. Guys, how is the quality of the camera? This is my first time going live with this phone. One of the reasons why I bought it is so that I can go live very often, show you what's going on in South Africa, bro. So I'm not sure how good this camera is, especially when you're live on YouTube. Last time, like when I was coming back, there was an accident. A guy got hit by a car, and I don't think he made it. That guy, and some drunk driver just lost control and hit the guy. I like the fact that they allowed that ambulance to pass, because usually when there's strike, they don't allow anything to pass. That's what they used to drive during the apartheid government. These things. Hope you're safe, man. Yeah, because crazy things happen. Like when people are on strike, crazy things happen. So you could never be too safe. You can never be too safe. And sometimes they do open fire and try to hit people with rubber bullets. I have a friend who got hit by a rubber bullet on his hand. His hand still doesn't work very well because he got hit by a rubber bullet. So the EFF is already here, which is something that you expect. I don't know what the meeting is about. Yeah, these are some huge trucks, bro. These are some huge trucks.
I think it's the meeting for the evil revivals operators. I think they're putting together some kind of
And the house is beautiful, man. Look at it.
the process
Amanda awaitu. The power is ours. That's what it means. So they're having a meeting. Power to the people. After the meeting, what's gonna happen is that African police services. The problem is that once, like, let's just say, something starts happening and they start shooting, they don't care where they're aiming, bro. Like with those rubber bullets, they don't care where they're aiming. They'll shoot anyone. So what I was telling you about, like, on strike, people seem like they're celebrating. So they're saying they don't want taxis, they want Uber. Many of the people who are there are women. In fact, I don't think I saw a guy. I wasn't paying that much attention. But I don't think I saw a guy. But again, there are more men than women in the world. And I think that's weird.
Exactly, because when I was about to go about untwarele, ke a go kae kae, go ba untwarele. What if the situation
I understand the language. My meeting right. I use the government.
It seems like more and more people are coming. I thought people were leaving. What I've always liked about the news channels that they're always trying to find the most ignorant people they can interview. It's the funniest thing ever. Like they know, I'm telling you, they're going to find someone that they think is like fun. It's going to be funny, someone that's going to trend. So they're looking. So they want to figure out who they're going to interview. This reminds me of a scene from Scary Movie 1, when they interviewed Shorty. I think Brenda said something like, yeah, the news always going to try to find the most ignorant people they can find, and then they found Shorty after this girl was killed. And he was like, I'm on TV. Oh shit. It's like first cops nowadays, I'm going to be a star, son. And they ask him what he can tell them about what happened to the lady that got killed. It was like, she had a fat ass, son. And everyone was like, damn. Like, how close were you to the victim? It was like, real close. To the roof is off. And then she woke up talking about pressing charges. So I slung my tongue out of ass and left. And they say, what would have been your last word to the victim? And they said, run, bitch, run. A Scary Movie, what was it say? Like, it was the funniest, like one of the funniest movies that I've ever watched. Like that movie was funny, dude. The Wayans brothers knew what they were doing with it. I have a feeling something crazy is gonna happen. The situation seems tense. I think even the taxi drivers are here. Oh, so the cops are closing here because people want to go in.
Hey, go on, the phone, a chance.
Hello, Mama.
I don't see a trade. Comrades, can you have people behind the We've reached our final stage of this thing. The management is here, MEC is here. Let's have order, let's have order. Continue. Remember, people are the government. All these people government to go on we need to pay we are the government. Baba impositions in governance, those people in governance are the new our TV. If ever they feel we control it. These things, no, in time, two times. Because of we still need to let's before 94 before 94 it was not a strike.
That's how we are because now we don't want to take any instruction or any conversation because we don't know what they said. They're standing outside, so they need to tell the community because I don't want to tell the community. They must tell the community. Instead of the police officer standing here guarding these people. It's not that. Right? Yeah. So all we are asking can we get a bit of law enforcement just to stand because now you see if something erupts, they are going to shoot them. So that's what I'm saying. When I shoot, I say bandit. But what I'm saying is that if they're here, it's easy to manage them because if 10 people come to me, I can't stop. So can you believe the guys there? It's really so hard. There's no place. So a few of these are our concerns. So they can she address us. Those are our thoughts. They've got to
Now it's about to go crazy. Shit is about to go crazy.
Yeah, we're trying. Somebody's holding on.
We're excited. And we don't say come here. I will. But I told that because Ronald Batla,
It's all right. We'll sort it out, sir. Give me a second.
please, thanks, boss.
Satisfy everybody.
Because of now they're closer to we can't hear anything. Let them go. Abakutele kumrawanyana. Ababuele kumrawo. Bayimela. Tabang. 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 Abulele batho ba lore abale tlo stira ba lo address abayela Tabang. Ababoile kumrawo for everyone from all train baba go because abalelala ngare ba address the middle train. No, Maristi. Doesn't serve the people.
Yakhumbula last time.
Incident.
Ngikhuluma nawe. Ngathi kuwe i-management ifuna yini ukuthatha
Amanje bangangimamela mina konke abantu ngizona ngikhuluma. Ngithi management
sakhuluma one on one lokhemi kunene
lapha wathi wenza
kunjani namhlanje sekuze kwafa umuntu
Let's continue to like the video, guys. Let's continue to like the video so that it will be accessible to many people.
So we should have a start serious. Ngabe batholi vele i-1 isondele agibele phezulu akhulume.
Baby, but the corner on the bus, so that's
Sometimes the worst thing about a strike is the looting, you know. It's the looting, because if people can find their way in, I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. That's what usually happens, and this is the worst spot that it could happen because it's a mall, right? And there's many things inside the mall. That's why they brought a lot of cops, because they know there's a lot of things that people can steal in the mall. Because once, I'm telling you, see, these gates are not, people can actually break these gates. So if that happens, that's it. There's gonna be a serious problem. They're saying they don't want him.
Hey, rich uncle. Rich uncle. Rich Malum. Osana, Rich Malum.
We also have met the center manager of Maponya. Outside. And then we said to the center, we said to the center, they must open for e-hailing services inside the mall. We also said, the manager has confirmed the following. One, there's a holding space for all e-hailing services that operate in the city. Yes, we are keeping it up.
Opa!
Make sure that no one dies again.
For 2023 benenzani? Khuluma udoti. Sepapa masabathini khuluma amasiko. Sanya.
What they are doing. So say to yourself, let's allow Maponya Mall to operate. Unfortunately for me, Sigibitilele Baba 5 meters away to fence e-hailers. And now we see Hunale Baba. So everybody who's operating an e-hailing. Let us
You know what sucks with South African government, and it shows you how inadequate it is, right? They're coming to address like a crowd of people. Look at that thing they're using. So the crowd is not even able to hear them at all. Like, it shows you how inadequate they are. Like, seriously, they should have been able to realize that there's gonna be many people and these people ain't gonna be able to hear them.
Thank you for coming and being with us since Exen. Abanye, since last night you've been here.
Yes!
And Asulayo. There's a lot on the way to and tell us about the leader that we don't know. That has been working with the SAPS to control the issue outside here. About the Masama office in an house with the pussy coffee or the we spoke in the morning.
Yes.
I was a program or a mistake. In the morning they came to us. They requested that we must go inside and have a meeting and a discussion. Because the e-hailing community is so big. Sinamanta Masuga Pretoria, they just came now. to be addressing. Now, part of the demands, these people who are out here are clear and unapologetic of. Who are in the operation inside this law. It's not starting today. To 2023. Without an outcome. It's a very simple. The Texas must continue to operate. We are not rest assured that we will be protected. So on that being said, the management. We are not fighting for only Maponya boys. All of the boys in our day. Everything was very clear. We want to operate in all of the multi-systems. We want all these people who are busy harassing us to be brought to book. At least if this mall is to be open, we want the perpetrators to be arrested. Disappointment when I see the MEC being here, because they know we've got pending issues regarding our permits of us as e-hailing drivers, which are limiting us to operate where we must operate. They are busy harassing us. They are busy arresting us. That led to us being in this kind of situation. We want you to go and look into the issue of the response from us as e-hailing drivers. I'm going to speak now. In Manila, I'm going to speak now. This in the morning. It's going to address the issues that the community has. Viva Party, viva! Viva! Malibu, ilizo letu Malibu, Malibu, let me see. Let's start by just sending our condolences to Umde. Asingakhohlwa asikalibalanga urisetsimo unane batho ba limetseng unane motho hloka yena. So tshwantse rona re ye se le community. Let us not forget ukuthi sizeleni la.
We want to address our issues with the management of Maponya. We are saying as a community that this problem does not start now. It started in 2023. It was supposed to be addressed in 2023 when cars were torched in the mall. So now we are addressing the community today because somebody has died in that particular car that's been torched.
Before you carry on, Krungu, before you carry on, one, uba nakoshe ama uba pagat kwa
So Pagati Mina, Alina Mazomani, Mina Mazuam, and my standpoint is that Suna, Niniva to Mama, how silently food, the butter in 7 days. Therefore, we are unapologetic about what we are going to say. We are saying, because Unane Muchatoka Yeti, Ochilem Lore, Maponya Mall must shut down for 7 days. Today, at 6 o'clock, we are going to be holding a candlelight ceremony. There's another person who's fighting for his life, who's in hospital. He's got 2 bullets in his body. So, Tina and Jomo Masila, our prayers matter. So, at 6 o'clock, Masila, we are not moving. MEC, Maponya management, MEC, Katakate, Ituma MEC, Kutahamba Yakubapati. Our rights are infringed as the community members. So now, in these 7 days, Maponya Mall must feel it in their pockets. Yes. The family is feeling it in their hearts. Comrades, I want to emphasize this. We are not going to behave normal in an abnormal situation. Soweto is not a war zone. Maponya Mall is not a war zone. We are a peaceful community, and we have demonstrated that with all our numbers here, that we can be peaceful, and we've demonstrated peacefully so. But we are not going to allow people to dictate to us where to get our services. The same way in a mall, you can have Pick and Pay and ShopRite. You must have
your Uber, your Taxify, and all other transport services of your town. So, comrades, we want to emphasize that as part of our demands from the government is that there must be a generalized approach. This thing, akumelanga kube yinto eyenzeka la eMaponya Mall kuphela. All the malls across Gauteng and South Africa in general, e-hailing services must be allowed. Secondly, we want, because basibonisile ukuthi police force banayo. The same police visibility esiyibona la, ngoba thina siresponda, sifuna ukuyibona abakhokho bababantu inkunzi, bamba police force. So, comrades, we want to also register to Maponya Mall that we do not want fidelity anymore, because when this thing happened, there was a so-called armed response of fidelity. But as long as one can start to come out, we just have our people being victimized. We lost their life in the presence of the security force and fidelity. So the malls must revisit the appointment of security and give us a more competent security force in the mall. And comrades, we do not shy away that we are going to close this mall for 7 days.
7 days!
Very last, because as full look figure now, Shama voice for Mahala. Some of us have been here from last night at 7 p.m. When we finish with the MEC and the management of the mall, we want everything written in black and white, and it must be distributed across all the malls. That if anyone allows people from rendering services of e-hailing in the malls, they must be arrested, because that is a criminal offense. Thank you very much. We are going to them now, engage with them, and hear what demands they are going to meet. And all those demands will be written in black and white. Into engekho in black and white, asithathi siyaqhubeka sibhala neyitrathi amameli asa sovala amanye amamall, because Soweto is not going to just sit there.
With the leadership that you say yourself is our leaders. We're going to sit down with the leaders that just spoke now and the center management to address the issues you are raising. So we're going to deal with them.
You want to bribe them?
Man, about 20, over and about 20.
All right, can I address this with you now? What we did as a community, number one, as you can see. No, that when we go inside, I'm a community person. I take instructions from the masses. Now the masses. So now I must go to the masses. Okay.
Baba, fiba.
No, bata point.
No, listen, I didn't know. I give you on the ground. So help me find that very simple. I pizza and I give you. Yeah, that's my problem.
Yes, that's fine.
Now that we know what we know from my no, I give us
People are angry.
Company for this. You must go to the police.
Yeah, but use the other. Guys,
Second. Okay, I'm sure we're good. All right. We're handing you over to the MEC. Let me just give a brief introduction. She's with the head of department, Dr. Tulani Mtatani. She was also with various stakeholders like the taxi industry. Santako is here, the leadership of the province. I don't see them now. I'm sure they'll show up. The National Taxi Alliance province is here. E-hailers in their different disciplines are here, including councillors of the area, as well as the mall manager. They are also here. So MEC, just to hand over to you to give your experience, and then we'll take questions.
Thank you very much. What a difficult morning for all of us here. We had almost 3 hours meeting. I think all of you were there. You saw us. Believing that we are meeting leaders of the industry, both the taxi industry as well as the e-hailers. And unfortunately for us, post the meeting, we had to come and address the people outside. And the people outside who are e-hailers themselves are disputing that the leadership that we were meeting, that they are not their leaders, they were not representing them. So it means we must go back to the drawing board. I must say the former MMC of Johannesburg in 2023 tried to put together a team and a committee that includes the center management of Maponya, it includes the councillors, the taxi industry, and the e-hailers in this place. And the complaint that we got from the center manager as well as the taxi industry is that from time to time the e-hailing is not consistent, faces changes, and as a result they are unable to register progress on the things that they have agreed upon. And this is demonstrated by what just happened. It means we continue to sit with different sets of e-hailers, and then we are unable to action up whatever that gets to be agreed upon. So what we are going to do from here, as we pass condolences to the family of a member that has passed on, and also the issues around that are a bit sketchy. We wanted to know where does he belong, which association was he representing. So the information we are getting, according to law enforcement here, since yesterday they've been looking for the family of the deceased, and the deceased was staying in a hostel nearby, just arrived in Gauteng 2 weeks ago. And the e-hailers that we met with, they confirmed that he's not part of them. So we also are still to get and verify the information, whether this was an operator or this was a driver, and if he or she was an operator, under which e-hailing app was he operating on. So we are allowing the law enforcement to investigate the matter. We are very concerned of people who are dying because of conflicts in the industry. And we have said to the law enforcement, and they have committed themselves that they'll get to the bottom of this issue. On e-hailing, they are very fragmented. It's quite difficult. At the provincial level, I sit with a different leadership who every time when we are on the ground are disputed that they are not leading us, we don't know them. And they also claim that they are the rightful leaders. So what the Department of Roads and Transport in Gauteng and in the municipalities must do, we must force formalization of e-hailers. It can't be that from time to time we meet different people, we try to register progress, and we must go back. So we're going to meet with those that we just met now that have mobilized people here to sit down and look into the issues. Part of the demands is that the taxi industry must move out of the mall. And the taxi industry is here with us. They've committed themselves to peace. They don't know what happened yesterday. They say they are not part of it. They don't understand. So there are allegations and counter-allegations on this matter that there's internal conflicts within the e-hailing itself, and there are allegations to that. So we're trying to help to mediate as a department and make sure that we stop illegal operation. Unfortunately, it's going to be still painful to them, who, especially those who are operating illegally. Law enforcement is here throughout the different entities, and they are given a clear instruction that let's clean our roads. Everybody who is illegal must be removed from operating this important service. And we are calling to all e-hailers. We are going to call you. Let's formalize ourselves. If you are from Tshwane, we must know which association are you belonging to and which association are you recognizing. It can't be that I talk to 2,000 people. It's not going to be possible that we address each and every one of you when the issues are similar, when we can organize ourselves better and structure ourselves better. My predecessor tried to do that, established an organization to work with them, which is under dispute, and there is EPCO. It's under dispute. There's now Gauteng e-hailing services, and they all are saying we are not recognizing all those people. So it means the way forward from here is for us as a department to call all of them and find ways of structuring them properly, because really they will not win anything. You should know this started in 2011. It came as a disruption to a long-standing service. And we also have said to the taxi industry, there's a need to modernize, but there's a need to make sure that we coexist. So that is the challenge we're dealing with now. We are confident we'll solve it. The challenge is what we discussed in platforms. We are discussing it with individuals who really don't take issues down to the structures. And it was evident here today that we've been sitting with wrong people in our meetings. Wrong people are the ones who write issues to us to say, address this, address this. And when we are trying to address, then there's others on the ground who feel the pinch and no one is talking to.
All right, so let's do this in an orderly fashion. You are going to tell us your name and media house that you come from. Let's take this
Good afternoon, MEC. Chriselle Davis from SABC Television News. MEC, this has been going on for a very long time. The issues of, well, the taxi industry, as you say, says that they have nothing to do with what happened yesterday, but the bullying tactics have been going on for years. There's been change of leadership in Gauteng, but people are continuing to die. People are continuing to die. We've seen the Ubers or Bolts go up in flames. Yesterday, somebody else was killed. Who needs to take responsibility for this? I mean, today you were sitting in a meeting with the wrong people, and then we saw the commotion that took place outside, where the community had to stand up and say, listen, you're talking to the wrong people inside. This is an absolute disaster.
And that's what we are saying, that we need to find ways of formalizing the EU. Like we have formalized other operators in our province. We know that the Gauteng taxi industry, there are 2 associations in our province, and we are all clear, including yourselves as media. You know that there's Santago. When there's issues of Santago, you'll go to Santago leadership to say, here's an issue, how do we solve it? There's GNTA, the Gauteng National Taxi Alliance, we in our province. We know who are the leaders, and they are never disputed on the ground. But with this one, it's quite a cumbersome one for us, because everybody comes, it depends on who came first. And now in this case, there's people who have presented themselves to us as a provincial government. And that's why we had said to them, we can't continue recognizing you. Let's put together a structure. And there is an interim advisory council on this matter to say each and every one who feels that Bonaki organization, they must send representatives, sit with us so that we deal with the issues for what they are and resolve them. Here, just here where we are, there's a committee set up. It sits every month. Center management, community councillors, as well as those who say we are operating here as e-hailers, and they call themselves Soweto First, Soweto e-hailer service providers. They sit in those meetings, but this team here, they say no, they were not represented as MC. Let's come sit and take you through the issues. Let me tell you, the issues are similar, the issues are the same. The challenge is contestation around who gets to be on the round table. Yes, of course, the issues are old. The killings have been happening long before I think I was in primary school. The conflicts continue to be there. But there's commitment to resolve it. And that's why we're calling on law enforcement. They are here with us. We said you need to investigate this matter quickly. We must see somebody being arrested, somebody being held irresponsible. And that's why we also want you to know which association did the member that has just passed on belong to. And we go also meet with the family. So it's quite difficult for us because no one wants to tell us really where is the member coming from. All we know from the police is that they got information from the family that he's been here for 2 weeks coming from KZN and he stays in the hostels. So it's quite a difficult because if we had an organization that he was belonging to, we're going to be able to sit down and really address what really is. The issue is access into the mall. And the center manager has guaranteed us that the reason why there's this monthly meetings is to solve access. And we've spoken about it. The challenge is consistency on the side of the e-hailers themselves, because today we meet with this one, then tomorrow that one is disputed, there's a new one who comes. So there's sketchiness on in terms of information flowing down and people getting to understand. The taxi industry does not have the right to bully and intimidate anyone. If I don't want to use your taxi, please accept it that I would prefer an e-hailing service, which is a door-to-door service. And the taxi industry says to us, we don't have a problem. We initiated talks in Protea Glen Mall, and the operations are continuing smoothly and nicely. They include different malls where, as a taxi industry, they have found ways of working together and coexisting with the e-hailers. It's only here And me and you can see that it's because perhaps there's no clarity who is the leader, who must be spoken to, who must be part of decision making. And that's what we need to focus ourselves on and deal with. It's unfortunate that a person had to die, but we are hopeful that the violence will stop.
MEC, Veronica Mahadi here from Newsroom Africa. We heard your statement there saying that the community wants the taxi associations out of Maponya more. That's quite a statement. What would that look like? Specifically the impact on the industry as well as, I think, the transport artery here in Soweto. And also, do you have any update whatsoever on, firstly, the police investigation and what they know so far, as well as the condition of the 2 others that were wounded in the attack last night?
This is part of the center here. The mall is part of our economic activity in the province, but more especially to people of Gauteng. And I think we can't accept that business should not operate for 7 days. It's quite a long time, as is the disruption to people's livelihoods, especially those who want to access the mall for various things. There's chemists, there's pharmacists here, there's doctors, there's many other services that individuals want to access. And that's why we are calling upon the leaders of this protest to come and we sit down and look into the issues. The taxi industry is here, the taxi associations that operate in this area. They are here with us and they feared for themselves. And these are the issues that we'll continue to talk to them about. They've made a commitment to modernize. They've made a commitment to end the violence. And I understand the community. I really do. I would do the same if I was a part of Soweto to say it can't be that we allow you to continue operating when we have a perception that it's you who's killing people. So I think it's a good time for us and for the taxi industry to really cleanse themselves. I always say to them, the commuter is quite different and a bit complex for you if you want to insist on your traditional way of providing this service. And really, 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 I must say that they are seeing it on a daily basis, that they might shrink to non-existence if they don't change. And we are urging them that let's work with our communities. Let's listen. More importantly is to listen what the customer wants. The customer wants a service that moves them from one door to another. A customer wants convenience. A customer wants professionalism. A customer doesn't want anyone to kill anyone. So you can imagine those of us who use taxis, we fear for our lives every day because we don't know when are we going to be shot. And that is a challenge to the taxi industry to really, really, really look into this matter and cleanse themselves and try hard to make sure that they win their customers back. Things have changed. And that's why I say to them, a commuter is a different person. A commuter go for. A commuter wants convenience, wants efficiency, and wants to be guaranteed that I will arrive on time.
I'm Hawelo Magolero, MEC from UFM. I hear that you sound to be accepting that the taxi industry had nothing to do with what happened. Is that the case, that the government is accepting this denial that they were not involved when there's a long record of them removing people, even neighbors, from giving your neighbor a lift? And this guy's name is Mtogozi. He has died, and surely there must be some accountability. And simply saying we don't know anything, in my view, does not look enough.
You are misrepresenting me. I don't know whether you are doing it deliberately or what. I said there are allegations and counter-allegations. And I said law enforcement is abreast with the issues. We have crime intelligence and those specialized with investigations. And we are saying to them, we need a speedy resolution on this matter. They need to comprehensively investigate and give us feedback, not only us as government, but give the people of Soweto feedback. Who is a killer here? And what is the motive? But for us to find peace as people, it's when the killer is in jail. So that's what we are saying to law enforcement. And they are here with us. They've heard us clearly. and they understand that they must do the work. So don't misrepresent what I say.
Jabulile Mbata from Eyewitness News. We have just witnessed another taxi, this time actually being torched. What do you make of that incident, and would you see it as a retaliation? Because obviously the speculation is that it is taxi drivers versus e-hailing drivers. But what do you make of the incident that while conversations between the two industries are happening, there is actually further torching and possibly lives being endangered? What's your take on that?
Can we agree that this is a complex, difficult industry, and hope that the investigations will unravel truthfulness to what is really transpiring? You know, especially because I'm privy to allegations in the meetings that were made, and I don't want to predict the investigations. And that's why I want us to allow the investigators to investigate. We just heard that a taxi has been torched, you know, in the middle of meeting with leaders. Somebody continued to doing that. So it means there's a disjuncture between the leadership of the industry and different sectors, both of them, and their own membership as they claim that they are leading them. So let's allow investigations to that, and let's not cast aspersions yet. What we can say is we are in a democratic South Africa. The taxi industry, we accept that you are an old age industry. You've been providing us a service, but we don't owe you anything as people of Gauteng and different townships where we come from. All we need is peace. All we need, I mean, there's job opportunities that comes with public transport services. So let's allow the investigation to continue. Surely we'll get to know what are the issues at play. And at least now we have an integrated approach to criminality. This is a criminal act. And we're challenging the taxi industry that you can't harbor criminals. We're challenging e-hailers that you can't harbor criminals. Let's rid ourselves from criminals. It's an economic activity and we need to grow our economy.
Okay, last one, and then we take an update, and then we release the MEC to vote.
MEC, the centre management said that they've implemented measures since the uprising in 2023, and the residents say that it didn't work, that these tensions have been rising for the last few months at the very least. And I wanted to know from you what specific measures were implemented, and I guess what's going to change now that this has happened.
You didn't tell us your name.
Oh, sorry, Tato Kololo from News 24.
Tato. And that's why we started in a meeting, because we wanted to understand, and that's why we believe that everybody must be represented, so that no one misrepresents anyone. The people who were in the meeting came into the e-hailers. They not necessarily say the measures put in place are not weak. They are saying we don't have access. And the center manager says, but they have an access. We have put in a holding space for them, which they don't access because every time there's a new person, and a new person will not know the old information. But also they do not come to our monthly meetings. As a center management, we have created that platform so that we get to know what are the current issues and correct them. So it's quite difficult to test your solution if it's working or not working when the receiver does not give you feedback. So that's why I say central to all this, we need to first make sure that there's commitment from the taxi industry that they are not part of the killing and they will not continue to kill. But second, which is the most important, is to the e-hailers, service providers in our province. Come, let's help you formalize. And after you have elected leaders, please wait for the term to end for you to change them, because you are confusing the system, you're confusing everyone, and we need to make sure that there's consistency and there's progress. We can't be killing each other for a bread that we must all share.
Right. MEC Veronica Maponya again from News Africa. Just again, update please on the investigations by the police, as well as what we know of the condition of the two others that were wounded in this attack.
The team, surely I think, I don't have my phone, surely they will be giving us updates on what. Remember, investigation, it's like crime intelligence issues. We don't get to hear everything. But as is, the investigations are still underway. They also, what is good and great for us, and condolences to the family. We have identified the family of the person that has passed on, and those who are in health facilities are also taken care of by the hospitals they are in, and we wish them speedy recovery. So we'll await. We said we have committed ourselves to come back again next week with the different teams here to sit down and get feedback on how far is the investigations. Part of what we have said is that we have a center here. To all e-hailers that have a challenge, they must come into the center. We help them. They must not stay away from us as government. We want to assist with everything, but when they don't come, then it creates problems for us because we don't know who we're talking to, we don't know who's operating, and when they don't come, we'll never know. There's others who says there's 80 members who are resolving issues every day, and there's others who are choosing to stay away. So we are saying to them, come closer so that we assist you. And I hope that they'll take also the opportunity availed by Maponya Mall, that every month they sit, they look into what they've put in place. Is it enough? Is it sufficient for them? What are the challenges? Don't stay away from those problems.
Okay, thank you very much, colleagues. We conclude here. The MEC is going to her second consultative session. We will keep you posted on the updates. Thank you very much.
I'm glad nothing bad has happened. So they already started banning stuff. I think they might have banned. Maybe they might have banned tires in the morning. But I think a lot of people are going to be angry that the MEC is leaving because they don't seem to have been like, or unless maybe they update everyone, which I think is going to happen. So at 6 o'clock, they're saying that they're going to ban candles for the deceased. So I will be back. I will be live. The lady works at Cash Crusaders. Like my problem is that a lot of businesses won't be operating and a lot of people will be affected. Some people are paid on commission, so that means if the mall is not gonna operate the whole week, then they're not gonna be making money, right? And of course, like that's not only going to affect them but their families. So I think sometimes when people are angry about something, I don't know, we allow our emotions to get in the way. So yeah, closing the mall is not the solution. The solution is people actually coming up with solutions, right? See now, there's only people who are allowed at the mall today. And if they don't reach an agreement, my fear is that people are going to break into the mall. And that happens a lot in South Africa. And when people are angry like this, that's very likely to happen. I'm not sure how long the police are going to be here, because obviously the reason why that has not happened yet is because of the police. Because they say they want the malls to be closed, and I don't think it's gonna be easy for a lot of people to agree. Like if you're gonna, even if you say something that actually makes sense, but if you're gonna say it in front of many people, they're not gonna agree. They've already decided that the mall should be closed for 7 days, and it's not like the political leaders. I think the EFF people also say that, and it's like many other political leaders, they were saying that. So it's gonna be hard to convince people that that might not really be the best decision. I want to show you guys where they bent the car. I saw the CCTV footage, and it was horrible. Like there was no warning. There was no warning. So they didn't give the guy a chance to escape. What's gonna make this situation a bit complicated is that they're not sure which company he worked for. Did he work for Uber? Did he work for Bolt? Was he registered officially? Because another problem now with Uber drivers, especially in South Africa, not Uber drivers, actually Bolt drivers in South Africa, is that some of them can use other people's names, right? It's very easy to do that. You can use someone's, like you can drive under someone's name as long as that person is registered with Bolt. You can actually you can actually drive. You can actually drive using their details, and no one is going to figure that out. I mean, people don't even report that. You could see, like, you could request for an Uber and then, or for Bolt, and then you find that the person doesn't look like the one on the picture, but you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna, as long as I reach my destination. But it's also dangerous because sometimes people do get robbed. Sometimes people do get kidnapped. That has happened many times. So come and join the live at 6. I will be live again around 6. So this is where it all happened. It's a crazy world that we live in. Thank you all guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.